I'd like to ask the panel, what international statute has been broken by taking Maduro?
You are about to witness a full mainstream media collapse. We constantly hear these panels preaching about how terrible Donald Trump is and why we must control the world. But watch what happens when a caller named Josh phones in and asks them one basic question. Which law did he break? The panelist has no answer. He even admits that facts are irrelevant. And then watch the host, Matt Allwright, lose control and cut the caller off because he was tearing apart their narrative. It is pure humiliation. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the like and subscribe button. And remember to ring the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Now let's watch this train wreck together, and then I'll share my thoughts at the end.
Josh is in London. Do you think we should be helping Donald Trump more achieve his aims in global politics, Josh?
Absolutely. Let's look at this from a lawyer's point of view. Okay? I'd like to ask the panel, what international statute has been broken by taking Maduro?
There's the issue of sovereignty, isn't there, Josh? That if somebody is a leader of a country, and we accept that Maduro, there are many questions about the election. A lot of people accept that election wasn't run fairly. But the idea of breaking borders to take the leader of a country, that doesn't give you sovereignty in Venezuela. It doesn't give the Venezuelan people control over their own country.
Tell me the statute. Tell me the statute.
Josh,
is Josh a lawyer? That was broken.
But Josh,
yeah. Tell me the statute.
But Josh, listen to this. There is a UN Charter. There are lots of leaders who win elections by 90%, who gerrymander, who bully, who brutalise, and some of them don't accept the will of the people. Look at January the 6th, 2021. That particular individual who lost the election, refused to accept it, still doesn't accept it, managed to get re-elected. So the United States and some other countries in the alliances have a pick and mix attitude towards international law. So in a way, the question's irrelevant, Josh. It's about strongman politics. And the question is, what do we do about it?
But Trump was democratically elected.
On January the 6th, 2020, he made it clear he didn't accept.
Let's let Josh answer.
Please, let me finish. It's your opinion, okay? It's not a statute. It's not a law. You haven't cited any statute that is broken. If I get arrested, the arresting officer has to tell me what law I've broken. Like, for example, it could be Section 50 of PACE or Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, okay? Nobody said that. What he has done, he has blocked the legal winner of the elections from taking part. He has poisoned the United States. He's attacked the United States with drugs. The United States has defended itself from the drug cartels by taking this guy, and they have legal precedent in this.
Josh,
let's imagine that sitting here in the UK, suddenly Germany decides to come invade the UK, take away our leader, our stated leader, and replace him and run the country ourselves. We would be surrendering our sovereignty, wouldn't we, at that stage?
No,
and surely, as a principle, we have to ask a question about whether that's acceptable at any country in the world.
No, you're talking nonsense. If you have a leader that comes along in this country, ignores the election, starts poisoning Germany, if he's committed a crime, they have the right to arrest him, because they are being attacked by us. Now, the other thing about
here's where we have the pick and mix.
Can I tell you about the Venezuelans?
Josh, you've had a good run. Okay. At the same time,
Josh, we need to hear Henry now.
Yeah.
Do you know what, your previous caller, Jerry, I completely concur. I mean, I served in the armed forces, joining just after 9/11 at the age of 16, and then deploying to Iraq at the age of 18. Going into the intelligence roles, I was in infantry, but went into the intelligence role in infantry. And then, obviously, 2006, a discussion about something that happened in Salisbury later on. But in 2006, people may remember Alexander Litvinenko was killed in London by the Russians. I was then deployed on a holiday to St. Petersburg to do investigatory work not long after that incident in the November of 2006. So we're not the only country that's ever done anything outside our own country. And in fact, Donald Trump, I've just been to America for the last month with my husband.
This is where the narrative collapses completely, as Josh forces them to dodge the law, question exposing hypocrisy, panic, and deflection, while viewers finally see facts matter more than feelings.
I then went to America in May last year and looking to move to the States. People only care about one thing. Can they put food on their table? Can they put food on the table? Can they feed their kids? And can they fuel up their car to get to work to feed their families? And frankly, if we are, as Donald Trump is doing what he's doing, hopefully bringing down the price of oil globally, I think a lot more people are concerned about energy prices, their housing, the price of heating their homes, industrial transport to get food to their tables, and filling up their cars. I think that's the main concern of most people these days, other than, I wonder what the fantastic Donald Trump is doing. Do you know what I mean?
Scott, it's a great attempt at the accent, I've got to say that. But listen, I think the other thing that people are really concerned about is about the future of their kids. And as they're going through 16, 17, 18, do you really want them off fighting a war in a foreign land?
Oh,
or would you rather all those domestic concerns you're talking about, that they get to enjoy them as well?
This is true. I mean, I joined because I was impressionable 15-year-old, saw the World Trade Centers happen, turned 16, and then was pushed on this narrative that the bad guys are in the Middle East and we should go and invade. And really, after the army, I then did private maritime security for a Korean firm, where I do armed security on ships going through the Straits of Hormuz all the way to getting off in Sri Lanka or getting off in the Red Sea if they were car carriers. And what I saw was oil tanker after oil tanker. Sea Empress, I worked on a big 2 million barrel of oil tanker leaving Iraq, Qazar port, one I protected in 2004, 2005 and 2006, leaving those ports full of oil, full of blood money, from invading, overthrowing a country and being lied to. I don't think the armed forces itself is a good thing. We lie to young people, impressionable young people, and get them to do things that leave them with nightmares for years to come. There is not one night I don't wake up screaming. It's caused divorces, it's caused alcoholism, it's caused marital breakdowns in my life, and the army has a lot to pay for that. And what you get, maybe a slightly better reaction time for talking therapies, so it won't be 4 months before you're seen and end up like a lot of my friends, homeless and on drugs that I served with, who I see regularly about my town, because they can't cope anymore, because the army leaves you with nothing other than nightmares. And I wouldn't want anyone to go through it, but the fact we're poking the bear is not true.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Done nothing.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Scott.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry to hear that. Scott, for you
really
and your friends. I mean, it is, when we talk about conscription...
And your friends. I mean, this is what happens when we start talking about conscription. Did you catch that? The question doesn't matter. That is the mask slipping. When you demand facts, they say facts are meaningless. Josh had them trapped. He showed they were pushing emotions instead of laws. And Matt Allwright had to step in and cut the call. You've had a good run, which really means you're winning this argument and embarrassing us. So, goodbye. And then Scott, the veteran, while the panel plays chess with geopolitics, reminded to them about blood money and the nightmares, a complete collapse of the establishment view in less than 10 minutes. Tell me in the comments, was Matt Allwright wrong to cut Josh off? Join the discussion below. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing.